Hello and welcome to Positively Ernest, where we explore the timeless wisdom of Dr. Ernest Holmes, founder of the Science of Mind. I'm Gary Takesian, your guide on this journey of consciousness renovation, where we examine our old beliefs and we replace them with new ways of thinking that help us create the fulfilling life we desire. Our topic this time is subjective creativity. And we begin with two quotes from Dr. Holmes, where he writes about the working relationship between our conscious mind and our subconscious mind. He writes, "The subconscious or subjective state of mind is that part of mind which is set in motion as a creative thing by the conscious state of mind." He also writes, "There is a constant action on the subjective side of life, and it is the unconscious process which decides what is going to happen in the outer experience. Whatever goes on in the subjective state of our thought tends to return again as some condition." All right, let's dive into this. In these quotes, Dr. Holmes discusses one of the key concepts in the study and practice of the science of mind, and that is the major role of our subconscious or subjective mind as it relates to the creative process. And it's important to remember that our subjective mind operates constantly in the background, carrying out many of our vital life functions, without our being aware of its activity. Now, in regard to the creative process, what Holmes is getting at here is the idea that our subconscious mind is also involved in our creativity to a degree that we might not have thought. He is saying that our subjective mind responds to the thoughts of our conscious mind and then automatically goes to work bringing the results into our experience. Dr. Holmes often refers to this process as the law of mind in action. And by describing it as a law, he puts forth that it is always available, always in operation, working from our conscious thoughts. He also teaches that the nature of our subjective mind is impartial, having no judgment about what it processes. It dutifully takes whatever the conscious mind gives it, and it goes to work. So, how do we apply this in our daily lives? Well, in Science of Mind, we talk a lot about the ability to change our thinking in pursuit of improving our quality of life. How we go about making these changes can depend on two aspects of our thinking. First, our firm belief in the creative process. Dr. Holmes sums it up this way: "The only question is whether or not we believe in a power greater than we are that we can use, and whether or not we actually believe that this power is ready, willing, and able to respond to us." We see these ideas of belief and faith over and over again in Holmes' teachings. The second aspect is the quality of the conscious directives that we give to our subjective mind. It's kind of like the old computer adage, garbage in, garbage out, though I like to think of it more as quality in and quality out. But you get the idea. He is saying here that in bringing about the changes we desire, we must have an unwavering belief in the process and definite intentions or desires that we wish to manifest in our experience. For me, this is the very essence of the New Thought philosophy and why I call this subjective creativity. When I first learned about this teaching, I found the idea enticing, but first I had to come to terms with my upbringing in a Christian church-going family. Now, that's a story for another time, but for now, suffice it to say that I had to let go of many old religious ideas and update my worldview to include that God or Spirit is not somewhere up there outside of me, but is within me, and that I am to Spirit as a drop of water is to the ocean, made of the same stuff with the same creative abilities on my own level as Spirit has on the universal level. That realization that I can use this subjective creativity to improve my circumstance has literally been life-changing. So I'd love to hear your take on this. Do you resonate with this idea of consciously directing your subjective mind for the outcomes you desire? Leave your thoughts with us below. Your insights may be helpful to others on their path of spiritual discovery. As we draw this episode to a close, let's remember that each of us holds the key to shaping our own life experience. Embrace the power of your subjective creativity and step in to your true potential. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Positively Ernest from Vida Spiritual Learning Center. If you found this meaningful, we'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment, question, or suggestion below. And for more information, you can visit our website at vidaslc.org. where you can also make a tax-deductible contribution to support our free programming. Remember to like, share, and subscribe so you can be notified of future programs. And thanks. We'll see you next time as we are Positively Ernest.